He's really keeping me busy.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, I don't know how long they've been without air conditioning.
Working on the infrastructure and the comfort of the nation's people. Now, the nation's people, I categorize as everyone inside the walls and the border. But then there is another level of the nation's people, right?
I'm supposing.
Because there can only be three categories. Those are for the nation, those who are neutral, and those who might oppose it.
Right. You got a lot of those.
And unfortunately, all three of those categories are probably filled, even within inside the walls. Even within inside the walls, you know, of the United States. So that's what that is. But for me, I've been here 31 years. I'm 34 now. It only makes sense because this is all I know.
Well, that does have a way to work on a person. That's the reason
This is all I know. You know, there's times that I get annoyed at my own voice. And there's times that I get annoyed at my own voice.
Why is that?
And I doubt it. Well, it does, you know, those are just things too, you know. We all have them, those doubts and stuff like that. But it's fear and stuff like that. But yeah, so with those three categories that there is, you know, it splits it. You know, who knows what the future holds?
Well,
but it just splits it because if, you know, we'll just say an arbitrary number, an arbitrary generic number. You know, we'll say that the population of the United States, and you can multiply it to reality, is 100 people. Out of those 100 people, surely those 100 people have to fit in one of those three categories: neutral, 100% loyalty, or just living within the walls.
right.
But still on the teeter-totter, still not.
So they ain't gaining nothing if they're just too.
No, well, they serve as other things too. Although I'd like to believe myself to be, you know, moderately intelligent. There is a saying, and it says, the beginning of all knowledge begins with knowing you know nothing.
Heard that one a lot.
So I play off that, but at the same time,
But don't discount yourself either.
yeah, I don't discount myself either, you know, freedom of speech, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you're deburring right there. I used to do that at Penrose Machining. I worked 3 months at Penrose Machining
What do you do now?
under Gene Penrose. I also worked on Best Machining on 4th Street.
Oh,
You know, those are good jobs. Really, really good jobs. CNC mill and stuff like that. But the art of conversation is an art nonetheless. You know,
also another good
we're
art.
starting to bounce all over the place. All of a sudden, I'm diagnosed with ADHD.
With what?
All of a sudden, the experts or common society diagnosed with ADHD. But really, it's the art of the conversation. Staying on one topic, moving around. Okay, I recommend that you read this book by the author Robert Greene. I read this book and I've memorized many of the laws. Very cold psychological book. The 48 Laws of Power is what the book's called. Law number 11 of the 48 Laws of Power is keep people dependent on you. Now, it could be for a lot of reasons, but I might be a mother. And I have come to bring my child of 12, my boy of 12, to the doctor's office. He's bouncing all over the place. There's only two genders, or neutral. You either got to be neutral, that's harmony, nature's harmony, or you got to err on the side of male dominance. We can only hope that doctor is going to sit in one of those three categories as it sits there. If he's a good doctor and he's not sold by money, he'll say to the mother, well, why don't you put him in a sport? He's got energy.
He's got energy.
He's got energy. Why doesn't he dole it out?
That's
Okay?
what a lot of them don't understand.
But then there's going to be another type of doctor. Hey, well, he's got this pharmaceutical drug dealer, ADHD, keep people dependent on you. That's law number 11. Keep people dependent on you. This law, people use it everywhere. Your wife, loved ones, brothers, sisters, stuff like that. But the way it worked with me is when I read this book cover to cover, 48 Laws of Power, I memorized the laws. And whenever I go about throughout the world, navigating and living, my brain most of the times pops up the law when I start seeing it. So you'll see on my YouTube channel, I have almost 10,000 videos.
Oh goodness.
It literally is quite the channel. The channel is called, I'm vlogging right now. I looked at this thing at 555. That's confirmation bias, right? They like to all think we're angels and angel numbers because I looked at the video right at 555. This video, I'm going to upload it. It's on my channel. I have over 10,000 videos. I'm drawing near 10,000 on the No Lifting, No Life channel. And you'll see there. But yeah, the 48 Laws of Power. Law number 1, always say less than necessary. No, law number 1, and I don't always get the numbers right. Law number 1, never outshine the master.
Right.
And here's the chapter. Law number 1, there's a small paragraph describing it. We live in a world where you think that over displaying and showing your talents will bring you merit, but oftentimes it inspires fear and insecurity, the opposite intended effect. Instead, never outshine the master.
That one makes the most sense.
It makes sense. At the end of every chapter, there's a reversal to every law and exception. So it's just kind of neat. And through the grace of God, I've stumbled upon and I've had the natural curiosity for just the right information. Warren Buffett says he reads 500 pages a day or 6 hours.
Oh, Jesus.
So I'm big on reading, but Warren Buffett says that knowledge accrues the most interest because it gathers interest in the past and in the future. Now let us make a demonstration of what I'm talking about. You're 15 years old and it's time for you to get a job. Of course, you're in the room already exhibiting very masculine behaviors, working out a lot, and to derive you from that self-strengthening path, or maybe you're reading books, mother tries to divert you and say, hey, you need to go get a job. So then you get a job at Wendy's. You work there for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you're let go.
Yeah.
And you're dumbfounded because you felt you did everything right. Where did I go wrong?
Exactly.
Where did I go wrong? You started at 15 years old at your first job and you were let go after 2 weeks.
I know I've never worked at a Wendy's.
And then when you're 18, you run into me and I share this law about the first law, never outshine the master. And as Warren Buffett says, that knowledge accrues the best interest. Knowledge has the ability to change the past. So it grows you both ways. So you run into me when you're 18 and I tell you about this law. And as I tell you this law, never outshine the master, suddenly you have flashbacks. Now, remember, from 15 to 18, even though it was small, you shrugged it off. Just the straw that broke the camel's back. But it didn't break the camel's back this time because you start gathering pieces of straw as you're living through life and all its tragedies. And you gather these straws, but there can be that straw that broke your back. So you carry this straw with you, head held up high. Doesn't mean nothing. But damn it, when you're running to me and I tell you about this law, never outshine the master, you start having flashbacks. When nobody was ordering food, you were sweeping. And you remember you turned around slightly and there she was, or there he was, peering at you. Your manager. They've been there 5 years. You are outshining the master at that point, and you've seen the glare they gave you. That was the first week. 2 days before you let go, you look back and now you're taking orders. You're hired as a cook, but you operate out of faith and not fear. And she tells you, oh, I need you to go back there cooking, but there's nobody here. You're back there on your phone. Now I'm up here up front. oh, but she was back there or he was back there on the phone working on company matters.
Right.
You didn't look at your camera. You didn't look up at the cameras fast enough. Now I'm up here. So now there's a competitive aspect going there. But basically, yeah, you get let go. You carry even the little bit of resentment for those 3 years. You run into me. I'll tell you this. All of a sudden, that one straw is just completely diffused because you know that was just the harsh complexities and navigations of the world. Now you understand, oh, I just outshined the master.
I doubt I ever outshined any of my masters. That's pretty good guys teaching me stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's the fastest way as a mentor. You know, that's the fastest way. Law number 18 of the 48 laws of power. And I don't always get the numbers right. Play dumber than you really are.
I don't know about that one.
I see people do it all the time. Yeah.
I know people will play dumb, but they're trying to do it to, I don't know, either hide from their weakness or they just afraid to make their point.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so many things. Law number 23 of the 48 laws of power. Concentrate your forces. The chapter's called. The paragraph on the bottom. Intensity beats extensity every time. It is better to keep mining a cave where you have struck gold, or you're about to, than to go from shallow cave to shallow cave.
Well, yeah, I can see that.
So it says, and then they give an example. So there's this goose floating on the pond, and the horse comes to drink water. A horse, a strong animal, and the goose says, "Hi, look at me! I can be in the water, the land, and in the air." And the horse says, "Yeah, it's true, but you cannot live underneath the water like a fish. You cannot fly as high and swiftly as an eagle. And when you walk on land, you waddle so clumsily. Look at me, confined to one element, but strong in it." The horse, a powerful land animal, right?
Yep.
But like I said, at the end of every chapter, there's an exception. What happens if a boat falls off a boat in the middle of the ocean? It's screwed. And that's where he gives it an exception. If you put all your eggs in one basket and that basket doesn't work, you know, but it makes sense. Concentrate your forces. But at the end, there's an exception. Diversify. I just started an air conditioning business where I repair units like this. I'm already using soldering and copper and deburring things. I'm not getting enough business. The first 100 business cards, I already handed them out, and I'm only advertising for this industry. But there's a lot of crossover, so I diversify for the first 6 months of the business to stay afloat until I get those repeat loyal customers and maybe go back to simplifying, you know?
Yeah, it's a hell of a career. Mine started over a refrigerator.
Yeah.
I didn't know how I broke it. I wanted to know why, so I went to school for it to learn what I did wrong.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And the teacher found that and he says, "Yeah, you definitely need this course."
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Let's see where I'm at. So yeah, like I said, so look up the video on YouTube, on the YouTube search bar.
His name was Roger Green. 48.
Robert Green, yep. They have it at the library. Yeah, so just look up on the YouTube search bar, all lowercase, no lifting, no life. And I should pop up already. I mean, it's been 15 minutes already since I left the church. You'll see everything on the channel. Of course, you can only see glimpses. I read in a book this sentence that really made sense, but I always debunk them in my own mind. Humans don't think, we feel. It's like, well, I like to think we think too, but we feel. So you don't want to teeter-totter on either one of those sides. I better get going. I better share one last thing so you can see. So there's a book called Only the Paranoid Survive.
I can understand that.
It's about the Intel computer chip company back like in the 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
About how with their competitors, Only the Paranoid Survive, they have to watch what the other guys are doing so they can stay in the market, right? That's what the book's about. It sounds like some creepy stuff, but that's all it's about. It's that Intel computer chip company. So once you read this book, I haven't read it. It's a must on my read list, just like Mein Kampf. There's just not enough time. So with that book, it opens up a spectrum in your mind. Only the paranoid survive. So you're gonna have to be somewhere on this spectrum. You don't want to be on this side. You're walking through the forest. Twig snaps behind you. Everything's sunshines and rainbows. 5 seconds later, you're getting eaten alive by a bear. That would be faulty thinking, to be on this side. Anyone who tries to tell you or push the agenda to believe to this side of the spectrum, they're not for you. Now, the middle of the most people are. You're walking through the forest, twig snaps behind you. You turn around, maybe you dart, maybe you get away, maybe you don't. Right? Bears behind you. This is where you want to be, on this side. Very paranoid. Okay, you're walking through the forest, twig snaps behind you, it's a bear, you turn around, you've been dumping 50 rounds, 50 singles at the shooting range every Saturday. Been dumping 50 singles every Saturday for the last 20 years. So you just, you got concealed carry, boom, bear's gone, you're alive.
That's what I was thinking.
So that's what I'm saying, that's what that book's about, So I'm very well read, but yeah, I better get to the library. I'm gonna upload this. I'll upload this video, like I said, it's on the channel earlier, like at 9 in the morning. I asked some gentlemen, hey, help me out. I'm on the street, I'm homeless, which I am, but I'm not. But they gave me the $20. I uploaded the video. It's called No Lifting Your Life Plus 20. I get an idea in my head. Hey, why don't you put half of the proceeds on video and put them inside that Help the Poor thing at St. Mary's?
Yeah.
Obviously, another faulty human thinking pattern. As brilliant as the human mind is, it's also very faulty. That's why we got to write shit down. We got to help ourselves.
We're also born to be self-righteous.
Yeah. See, I never heard of that. So one of the faulty things I started thinking as I reached that thought, I was like, what a great thought. I already have a video where I got the $20, and now I'm gonna put $5 into the St. Mary's thing. But right away my brain starts overlapping itself like it's a permanent thing. Like, oh, you're just gonna keep doing this. Like, no, David, relax. That's a faulty thinking pattern, a permanence thing. We get stuck in permanence. Oh, if this gentleman talked to me today, he's going to talk to me next time I'm around another unit. But there's just no way to know that.
This guy's going to keep me busy now.
So we think in that. So I did it once. I'll upload the video. I'm going to operate out of faith and not fear. Maybe I'll get some more money. Maybe I'll get another 20. I'll put half of that in there. It's like, well, why only St. Mary's? I don't freaking know. I'm not going to get paralysis by analysis either. I got to keep it moving. Right. So I put that in there. And that's just the way it has to be. I swear to God. That's just the way you have to be, dude. That's just the way you have to be. Like right there, that guy, I got the thought, hey, ask him. Like, hey, how's it going? Even though I'm conversating with you, hey, how's it going? I'm homeless, can you help me out? Boom. That's how you have to be. That's how you have to be as a man. Whether it's that or whether it's being an American or being a Mexican or a real Asian, that's how you have to be.
True.
You can't be like, oh.
Don't look to yourself.
Yeah, you can't always be like, oh my God, and delicate and all this stuff. It's just like, wham. And I do that and it's on video. So I ain't got nothing to hide. And you're gonna, and these people will try to cluster themselves in the same group as me. But I'm here to tell you for myself, they're just not the same. They're just not. They're not the same. They're not doing what I'm doing. They're not. They don't go up to people and conversate like this. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it for a reason. Because they're scared or because they're hiding something, right? It could be.
They got being rude, keeping on working.
Yeah, Yeah, but like the Bible says, like law number 4, always say less than necessary. The Bible says nobody likes anyone that talks too much. I always remember that. I've always been a big talker. But then you'll read Proverbs and it'll say, share your wisdom. It's good to share it.
That it is.
You know? So there's a lot of things, you know, going on. And me and you, we're working alone. Like over there you see those 2 gentlemen and you see 2 women sitting on the bench. Already by default, there can't be too much going on over there. Already by default, there can't be too much, but you never know. They're going through their own little growth phases and all that, but sooner or later you have to realize that what does the Bible say? The Bible says, be as wise as a serpent, but as innocent as a dove. That's how you have to be. You know, Jordan Peterson, great professor, says, without freedom of speech, there is no true thought.
Well, that's true.
He says, the best men are dangerous men. Not because they're bad, but because if you want to carry yourself with this moral attitude on one side of the spectrum, but you cannot delve into the other side, then that you're not going to be as good. You need to be, a man has to have an element of danger, you know?
Yeah, you can't just...
So Jordan Peterson says that. He says, yeah, the best men are dangerous. You have to be that. You can't, there's a certain way you got to carry yourself, a certain way of being. That is an ideal, I think, across the gender. And then from there, you know, everybody picks their sides. But yeah, it's kind of weird. Who knows who's running things?
What's that?
Yeah, who knows who's running things and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, you gotta trust sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I know it's just so much easier. It's just so much easier for me to do all this, knowing that I'm in a symbiotic relationship. It's symbiotic. It's a synergistic relationship. 1 and 1 equals 3. But the fact that, and this is the raw truth, I haven't sat down with anybody. I haven't sat down with anybody and sworn into anything. I haven't sat down with anyone and shook hands. So they can think that I don't know, but I know. I see, what's going on. And for me, being that I've been here 31 years, well, it's pretty easy. This is all I know. Yeah, there's some things, there's some history, that I have. But, whatever. I just gotta look at the bigger picture and just self-examine. But we're gonna go get this stuff up right now. I gotta stay up. I gotta stay outside. At least I'm reading now. In my room. And they're just letting me share that. I don't timestamp it, but I'm just there in my room, laying down, reading with my candles, doing everything to strengthen the M. Strengthen the masculine imperative. Because that's my goal, 51-49 or 50-50 harmony. But everyone's got their own agendas. I don't know what the hell is going on.
We have a tendency to stay busy, don't we?
Yeah. But it is possible. It's possible to be busy but not productive. It's very possible to, but that just depends. Yeah, I know. I like how you said that. I know where that came from. In the tone that you said it, I know where it came from. Yeah, I don't know. And you're older than me. I know where it's coming from. That's the truth. Stay busy.
It's a different alloy I'm working with there. That one to take her.
Yeah, but I've been saluting that flag over there in the corner at least once a day for like the last 10 days. You know? So I know what that does. It's weird. I know. I'm getting better and better at it. But I see this pond in front of me, and there's this frog across the pond 20 feet away from me, across the pond. All the pebbles that I see on the ground, they're only small enough to cause a ripple effect in a diameter of 3 feet. So in order for me to bother that frog, if I throw one of these pebbles 3 feet in front of me, it won't feel it. But if I throw that pebble, up to 3 feet away from it, as it's sitting on the shore, it's going to see that last ripple effect. It's going to see it. It is very possible. It sounds, they call it the butterfly effect. It sounds really silly, but you can get good enough at it that if I go like this and move this is an extreme example. I move that piece of plastic that way a quarter turn, that couple over there breaks up. That is an extremely silly example, but those are called switches, Yeah. So in everything that I'm doing right now, that's what I'm causing. That's what I'm causing, a ripple effect, but we're staying neutral. And we're just going to keep moving forward. My number one concern is that me as the individual, whether I take any side or any agenda, is that I am not able, have not been able to be myself 100% in the community, even if I am safe or am nice to people. This community has not let me grow myself to my maximum, but at the same time, I'm growing myself right now. They let me stay in that room. They all got to know about me. My channel's been around 2 years. But the fact of the matter is, if you go to 3rd Street, you'll see those statues right there in the Moore Plaza. There's that big one. And then there's the little one. The little one says, "Do not touch." I'm a little guy, I don't know if that's subliminal stuff, whatever. But that's all through the point of view from a woman, which that's already defaulty thinking. If that's some sort of subliminal thing, don't touch the little guys. Well, I'm here to debunk it. Some of the baddest motherfuckers are little guys. So that's a bunch of bullshit. My philosophy is we all compete against each other to a point, and then
But like you said, there's some.
so I don't like the fact that the dating pool and the mating pool could be being controlled, because I hate to say it, but I feel that I am judged by lesser men sometimes. They might be 6 foot fucking 14, 300 gazillion pounds, but that doesn't mean nothing with what I'm doing. Yeah, girls, they're gonna go for that. They don't want a poor little dude, but I measure myself against everyone, just as you should. You should measure yourself against everyone, especially other men. But yeah, so that that's not good either. I'm 34. I'm not able to be myself 100% like that and lock in the women that I want and live the life that I want. So that is a little bit of a...
But that's your choice.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, free will is always there. So, hey, it might be like this. Hey, David, we'll give you that, but you need to act this way.
Well, and that's not.
But nobody sat down and told me that way. If somebody sat down and told me, be like this, look, we're going to help you out, shake her hand, it'd be so much more easier. It's already easy enough with this invisible mystery symbiotic relationship. But if it was like,
Easy doesn't go straight.
but if it was just fucking given to me like that more, it's so much easier, because naturally I have naturally I have a mechanism within me that wants to be loyal to something. And that's where I draw my strength from. There is a mechanism in me that wants to serve something greater and be loyal to it. So right now, you know, and this is all on video, they're doing the same thing. They're doing the same law. They're not committing. Law number 20, do not commit. It is the fool who rushes to take sides. He who is smart will stay neutral. And they give an example. There's a queen, very beautiful queen that lived back in England. Many men try to woo her. She never married so that she could keep her power. But she died, you know, a virgin. She never had kids. So that's, you know, you can have everything you want in life, but you can't have everything. So, you know, some of us are lucky, you know, we get a little bit of everything. But even then, we all know that the inner strength and resolute is the key. You know, I have 1,000 men here and 1,000 women. I'm not focused on strengthening all 1,000 men as a group. Only half of the time. I want them to strengthen themselves on their own. On their own.
You can outline it, then they gotta live it.
And that's how it has to be. It's got to be 50-50 or 51-49. I've shared this on my channel. I know the power of testosterone. I know we can destroy ourselves. You know, I know all that stuff now. I'm at 7% battery. So, which is really nice. I adapted already. Only my selfie camera works. Only my selfie camera works. This outer camera might be a hardware thing, but it gets malfunctioned or turned off. Surely an individual such as myself, operating my day-to-day activities here in the United States, surely an individual myself.
How long you lived here in GI?
I've been here in Nebraska since I was 3.
Oh, okay.
I'm 34 now.
Always here in Grand Island?
Yes, I came to Gates Elementary in third grade from Lexington.
Oh.
My biological parents first settled in Lexington with me and my sister Gladys. Me and my mother and biological father. There they split up.
Oh.
My father's deceased. He died in front of me from 44 from alcoholism, presumed. Although, with today's clarity, I believe it could have been other things.
Yeah.
Because the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So I know with who I am, why people might have wanted him gone. You know, we don't know. Might have been just self-poisoning, right? Might have been just a weakness.
All day long.
Yeah. He might have never discovered he might have never discovered reading. The power of reading. Okay? Because you gotta, if an empty mind is easy to fill with anything.
That's right.
So you gotta fill that shit up every day. I know it sounds kind of silly and far-fetched, but I swear to God, that's how easy it is. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. I'm pretty sure I think that's the hack. All you gotta do, like, if that's all you did is you woke up first thing in the morning and you just read books, anything, literature, that's all you need. You know, the Bible says wisdom is more important than strength. After all, before you go into battle, you must make careful plans.
Right.
You know? So yeah, there's a certain way to carry and be about in the world. But nonetheless, there is a master template. A master template that will create the superior man. There has to be. But then there's also God's plans, but there has to be. Because, you know, if you are the big, strong, brute man, You can be overwhelmed very easily by the clever and cunning man, right? Although smaller.
Yep.
So there is an ideal balance. There's a balance to be struck. There's a balance to be struck in that. So, you know, we'll see what happens. For the last 10 minutes, I've felt it. I felt the fear and terror
Of what?
try to creep to me.
What's there to bother you right now? Because you don't know me?
No.
Or just
The only
life
thing
in general?
that bothers me is that me and this other entity are both halfways. But I have the discernment to know that if they gave themselves to me, it'd be that much easier. You know, because I'm playing faith over fear right now.
Well, it's easy
But
to
people
do.
got agendas.
Really, the only thing we're really afraid of is the unknown.
Well, I mean, why don't, you know,
See, like I said,
Why don't I-
didn't know if I had power out here or not.
yeah.
So I was gonna have to chase down a breaker box to run my equipment. So I done satisfied that. I got power. But
Yeah.
it was bugging me. So you let that bother you, well then that's taking you away from concentration on what you're doing. So check it now. Now it's off my mind. I can deal with others.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean it's all condensed. That's why my channel has the nitty-gritty stuff. Here's this thing right here. Don't you wish Dad would have told you this? Son, if you're in your mind a lot, if you're in your head a lot, that means you gotta go down to your body. You know? So here I am in my mind a lot. So then I have to crouch down and now I have to start working on this right here. So in the invisible spectrum, that swivel is just going back and forth, mind, body. As I sit here and I start thinking about how I'm going to fix this, I'm going to mind. And then as I stand up, I reach a conclusion. I put my bandwidth on standby mode. I already have a conclusion, something to go with. Now I'm going back to body. It's moving around too much. You need to hit both of them directly.
Or at least work up.
You need to hit both of them directly. You need to hit both your mind and your body. It's not intense enough, is what I'm trying to say. It's not intense enough to completely escape the mind. Now, if I get down here on the ground and I do a set of push-ups, and this is my 20th rep. During those 3 seconds that it takes me to complete that 20th rep, I have gone down to my body 100%. I have escaped up here. So that's the other thing I'm trying to push to everybody. It's not enough, guys. I see you mowing your lawn for the second time this week. I see you cleaning the gutters. Okay? I seen you cleaning the gutters last year when you had 3 trees around your house. And now I'm seeing you clean the gutters again when halfway through the year you hired Leach's tree removal, and now you don't have 3 trees, but you're up there cleaning the gutters again. You should have just cleaned them at the beginning of the first year, then put the leaf guards on there, and then had your trees cut off anyways if you wanted to. It's good that you're keeping yourself busy up there, but it's not enough. It's not enough. And I don't know who's inventing all this. It's all about money. Hey guy, hey, come buy this mower. Look at this badass mower, this riding mower. Come buy this, give us your $3,000. Come buy this. You're gonna be the man on the front yard and you're fucking mowing the lawn. That's great. That's great. You're dealing with that middle part, combination of mind and body. But you need to do something on either extreme so they're strengthened purely. So that they're strengthened purely. You know? Isolation. Over here is the mind. We'll call it the imaginary bicep of the world.
I'm just debating which way I want to hook this thing up. I got options.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. 40 minutes it's been. and I'm at 1%. So I'm gonna stop it. I'm at 1%. I'm gonna stop it.